West African Examinations Council WAEC has issued revised results for the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination after discovering a grading error that drastically lowered candidates' performance statistics. At a press briefing in Lagos, WAEC Nigeria's head, Dr. Amos Dangote, apologized for what he described as a very embarrassing error linked to the marking of serialized papers, particularly the English language objective test, which was scored using incorrect answer keys due to a misassigned serial code file. The corrected figures show that 62.96% of candidates obtained at least 5 credits, including English and mathematics, a sharp rise from the previously reported 38.32%, though still down from 72.12% in 2024. A total of 1,969,313 candidates took the exam, with 191,053 results withheld over suspected malpractice. WAEC pledged to release outstanding results for over 205,000 candidates facing technical delays and warned indebted state governments that their sponsored candidates would remain unable to access results until payments are made. Dangote promised measures to prevent future errors while assuring candidates that digital certificates will be ready within 48 hours of verification and hard copies within 90 days. I mean, WAEC has been in the news, just like JAMB was in the news after the JAMB examination. WAEC had, the students that actually passed were about 38 point something, and parents fled up. At some point, the portal was shut down. But right now, they said it has been altered and and fixed. What are your thoughts on this report?
It's just this project. It's a nerve in my body. Bringing back memories of jam, which was very, very annoying. Because it just goes to show that we have a long way to go in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole. Because if you cannot handle things as basic as examinations, students, in a seamless manner, then what's the point of all the technological advancement that is going on in the world? The world is moving towards AI technology as a whole, and we are still here struggling with discrepancies of some sort. We have like the jam issue. The director was crying. I mean, what does TSO? It's just, these things in a sane society, these things wouldn't happen. And if it happens, people involved are supposed to be restrained, because it just means you don't know what you're doing.
All right.
Especially for things like this. I know people say, oh, we make mistakes. And some might say, oh, it was a mistake and that happened to anybody. But when you are put in positions such as this, you do not have that luxury of making this kind of mistakes.
Right.
Right? Your job is supposed to be very fine in the sense that you make sure every box is ticked, right? Every system is well built with good workflow, or rather with good flow, and you have some stages of balance and check to ensure such errors do not exist. But here we are still, they have not even recovered from JAM as a whole, and now this is what we are getting from WAEC. It just goes to show that we are not taking education seriously, because what kind of systems are they even using to start with that would give such an error? Right? What kind of systems? Like I said, what is moving towards AI, towards technology, more advanced technology? Why are we not including these things in our system here in Africa? Why are we still trying to live by doing things the old way? Such a sad thing to think about, really. And I just want Nigerians out there, those that are in position, try to include technology into things they do. I mean, when you go to some organizations, let's digress a bit. You go to some organizations, let's say I want to file for CAC or maybe a CAC documentation or whatnot. You still find out that the particular, like 50% of that process is still in hard format, in hard copy form, if I can say so. Oh, you want to submit a letter, go and write it, go and do this, go and do it. Why can't these things be online? Have a system that can that has an algorithm that can manage it without much stress with nearly 100% precision. These are the things we should be looking at.
Right.
Because it makes life easy, but in this part of the world, it's just all about struggling from your university days. You are struggling with your exam. You hear things like students saying, I mean, even after going through these trials and tribulations, some students get into school, your first year, they'll tell you things like, oh, they did not see your GST papers or your results is missing. I mean, when do we start having seamless education process in this part of the world?
Right. Now, Mr. Kola, you dived into technology for the most of your analysis, and I want to ask you now. Back in the day when I wrote WAEC, I did not get to see my results. I had gone to check online the way every other person was, and they said results withheld. And I mean, I never got that WAEC results back. Do you think that still on technology, like you've harped on a few minutes ago? Do you think that this whole reaction from, I mean, from WAEC, I'm talking about JAMB. Do you think all these reactions that actually trail on social media has created some form of accountability when we talk about, these exams as WAEC and JAM? Because, members of the public, lots of parents did come online, lots of students did come online to clamor that, okay, no, it's impossible that so many people failed and all that. Do you think the public on social media has made our society much better and held people more accountable than a few years ago?
I would say no.
Okay.
That is because I feel like let's take Nigeria. I mean, we are all in Nigeria, right?
Right.
The concept of accountability is not a thing in Nigeria.
Okay.
And that is why we have things like this happening. Accountability simply means taking full responsibility of something, right? Or of a thing or a situation. And that includes positive and negative. For me, I feel like accountability in this case is simply, like what you have said, admitting to it is a good thing. But
okay.
I feel like in a sane society, you are supposed to design. I know that it sounds harsh, but it just goes to show that that's ultimate accountability for me. Because for me, I feel that even puts some sort of credibility to you, and in the long run, it makes you what's the word to use? It makes you show your genuinity towards the whole idea of accountability and the fact that you will obviously become a better person. I will be to say it out. But in this part of the world, Africans do not resign from things. Rather, they would, like this case, like I said, it's commendable for them to even admit. I mean, they have no other option. To admit.
Well, the public outcry did make them to admit. Exactly. The public outcry did make them to review the score and even realize that there was a serial number mess up that caused the the whole blunder with the results being so bad.
Exactly. So I mean, thank God for social media and the fact that even the previous story we carried, after it's the outburst and outcry for people. Speaking about balance of justice.
Right.
On social media that made them to review the whole case, which is also similar to this situation. Imagine there was no social media where people can all
collectively, right?
Collectively, right? They would have just assumed that people are not serious, because it's easy for them to say, youths are focusing on TikTok nowadays and they are not taking education serious, and they would have easily moved the blame away from the major point, which is ensuring that these things are foolproof. Like I said, I mean, even Amazon, even Meta do have issues.
Right.
Not issues such as things that pertain to figures. You understand?
Right.
Not issues that pertain to scores and the future of our youth in general. So, accountability for now, I don't think it's in nature. I don't think it's in our nature yet, right? Because we see people doing the things they want to do in offices. When you go on social media, you see our senators, our leaders, just taking their roles or their jobs like it's their own, forgetting that they are supposed to be of service to people. I mean, when you're a director of JAM, when you're a director of WAEC, you should be more concerned about the role you are in.
Right.
And when you're concerned about the role you're in, that would make you put in the necessary measures.
All right.
You know, like, okay, I'm the director for now. What can we do to make WAEC examinations seamless? What can we do to ensure that people get their results even without having issues?